What I do? Hi guys. Sorry, I was almost late. If you want to, but you gotta keep your fork out. This is day 2. I've been working a lot in the background. I don't really think I'm ever not working, so. But it's actually, I do it because I'm happy. If I can't see you in the chat, I'm going to say hi, welcome in. But this, basically the goal of the live is live every day for 30 days. I'm here for when people have those questions, want to get unstuck. I teach some of the lessons that I'm teaching while I'm here, but it's more laid back. It's not so scheduled, so when people pop in and out and ask questions, you can actually get the answers. So we're showing up every day, giving clarity while working towards my 500 subscribers. That's the goal. I set it high, so we'll see how close we get after 30 days. And hopefully I get to help many other people. I came up with a bunch of extra good stuff. This weekend I've been working a lot, actually. And even though I said I wasn't, but I had this really great idea, and I had to bring it to completion because I'm not happy until I'm getting it done. So I made this really cool activity. This is for kids, but it's really great for the adults too, because it teaches us adults. But it's the motion wheel activity set. I literally put it together and with the tools, but I have a workshop for kids actually that I just created. So much more fun than all of the need to know, but they color their own, they create it, they put it together, all the instructions are there. This one I printed out for my daughter, she loves it. But super exciting, and it's all the ways that I teach the things that I teach. It's just another way to get in, and what I'm saying is when you're a kid, it's a lot easier. And when you learn and understand that when you're young, it makes it a lot easier throughout life. You're going to have less struggles, you're going to have less fights. So you'll be able to trust your intuition a lot more. So it's really a good thing. Anyways, I just wanted to share that because I think it's really cute and I'm proud of it, and it did really well. So today I will be talking about my alchemy of motion. When it is time to do that, I will kind of block it off. This is the teaching portion. I'm going to keep it kind of easy for clipping it out, so it's a lot easier for the people that are just looking for that. But I also have my workshop on the 14th, and it's a free workshop. You can sign up at my website at creativelyguided.ca. It's just learning how to get unstuck, understand what's going on. Hi, Jason. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm just talking about the things I'll be talking about today. This is day 2 of 30 of the 30-day live. The goal is to hit 500 subscribers while I help other people along the way get stuck, help them answer their questions. I can't really give you the answers, but I help you find the right answer and sometimes just ask the right question. I hope you're doing really well. It's the weekend, so I hope you're relaxing, not working too hard. It's the weekend, so my coffee table is always trashed because my kid has 25 million things on it, on the go, always. Otherwise, things are good. So, I'm just kind of giving the general idea of what's the process for the day. Coming on every day, it'll probably be about 2 hours, depending on how hectic it gets, or if I get many questions, it'll probably be longer. But um, it's about processing the emotions. That's what I teach, and now it's cool because I just created one for the kiddos too, which is going to be really fun. And by the way, us adults don't always want to do it the boring way. Having the same high fives way to goes can be just as eventful and helpful as an adult. So it was kind of fun to do. And then, yeah, keeping it pretty lightweight, nothing crazy. That's not going to happen. I thought you were eating your chicken. Don't do that. Eyes on me. That's not where that goes. Where does it go? Also, there will be many, many distractions because I have a child and it's the weekend. And I just decided that summer's coming. So if this is going to work, we're going to have to learn to work with and around and
Mommy,
amongst the child.
Mommy, I don't want to be happy.
You don't? Why?
Because it's boring.
It's boring to be happy?
See, when I say boring, not. When I say happy, it's not boring.
I don't think it's boring, but if you think it's boring, then maybe you should find something else.
Fun. Happy's fun.
Happy's fun? Okay. All right, so today, at some point, I will be talking about coming back to peace, which is the I think it's episode 8 on the Alchemy Motion series. And it's just understanding that after the fire becomes creation and you start building what it is that you want to create, you start using that energy that would have been pent up and used for not used until you exploded. Now that you're learning how to preserve that, I want to say jar it. You're holding that energy and using it for something good instead of meltdowns, exploding on people, then going into the fear, guilt, shame, that whole loop. We're trying to avoid that. And once you learn how to start creating things with it, whether that's just researching, learning, advocating for yourself, actual creating, painting, like me when I make my teas, they're all on my website. You can go check it out there. Whatever it is, there's a moment where after you're creating that, there's like this peace. It's a stillness, but it's like you've released all that energy, but you can be proud of that because you're looking at the thing that you've created, and even if it's not fully created, you've advanced, you've moved forward, and you know that you've done something productive, not something where you would be back in that loop. And it's very noticeable when you do that. So that's when you start celebrating yourself. So in that stillness, it's definitely not a bad thing. It's really pretty exciting, but it's also something that people kind of get weirded out by if they're not sure exactly what it is or why it's happening. So I just want to mark down, let's see, just so I know when the time kind of went on to that. Because if there are people that pop in and ask questions or want to talk about these things, then obviously I'm going to be here, and I've just left extra time, so there's nothing that has to be kind of rushed through. And when people pop in, there's just space. I've always had to do it so it's structured, and I got to teach this and tell that and explain that. But in the end, when I'm trying to create that space for everybody, myself and everybody, it becomes very, like, the expectation is there, and it becomes hard to do it the way I want to. Resonating Joy. I love that name. Hello, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. It's beautiful outside. It's starting to warm up. Thank God. I'm loving it. My child's wild today, so if you hear in the background, sorry, it is what it is. I'm just talking about coming back to peace, and that's the fire after the creation. Okay, you can do that, and you can play, or you can go in your room, or you can go outside and play, but we're not going to be yelling in the background. Don't throw your kitty. If you do, it will be the last time, right? Okay, so no more disruptions. You either sit there nicely, or you go outside and play. Understand? That's the boundary. We agreed on it. You have to follow your end. Right? Eyes on me. You have to use your words. Yes? Okay. All right. So, to understand some of what I'm talking about, you will probably have had to go back to my Fire and Flow series or my Grace in the Grind or my Accountability Without Self-Punishment. This is kind of the one that reels it all in, pulls it together, and actually explains a little more of the program that I'm teaching. You're very welcome. So, and they're highlighted. Two of them are courses. This other one will go as a course when it's done. It's not there because every time you add one to it, it just goes off course for whatever reason. It goes back to playlist. But once these are all completed and added to there, it will be a course. They're free, so there's no charge or anything. But if there's things that you're questioning in your emotions, you're trying to figure out, understand, feeling stuck, this is my forte. And I really like helping people, and I teach a lot about breaking it down into bite-sized pieces. So these small little choices, tiny little changes can really, really make a big difference. So, yeah, we've talked about the fire. Now we're turning it into creation. We already did that. That would be episode 7, I believe. Hope your day is amazing. It is. It has been really good. I was actually just talking before you came in. I broke down my stuff, what I teach for adults, and I actually broke it down into some children activities. The emotion wheel with her, just some cute stuff for my daughter's class, and I broke it down into a nice workshop, which is really cute, which will be helpful. And it literally is my adult version, but just laid out in such a simple way that all children, any kids can do it, and that's the really exciting part. So I'm kind of proud of that. It was fun. I was like, that's what I was doing all day. I'm supposed to be not working, but it was like one of those things that I was like, oh, but that would be so cute, and I just wonder if I can do it. So let's just try and make it. And then, of course, it just went really easy. It went beautifully, and it was fun. And when things are fun, you just got to stay doing them, right? So yeah, it was pretty cool. But that's what I teach, that's what I talk about, and that's why this one, the coming back to peace, is so important. When we get to that space, sometimes we get this fear, right? Like something's wrong, or it's so calm, and if you're just used to chaos and you're used to having to fight uphill all the time, once you've got that creation and you start doing it, you come into like this flow, right, where things become easier. But in the moment, of that release, immediately it feels better, but then there's a moment where it starts to feel like weird, unusual, unknown, and that's where fear creeps in. And the idea is if we can acknowledge it and understand it, then we don't allow that fear to creep in because we're actually understanding what it is and why it's there, so that we can allow ourselves to feel it and get used to feeling it, so that when it's happening, that fear just moves away because we understand it. And that goes with any of our emotions, truly. But the idea is if once you see that, hey, it works for this one and it works for this one, it's probably going to work for that one too. And when you start doing that and you see that it's starting to work in all these different scenarios, but it's the same program, the same idea, then that's really a good thing, right? So when you release your anger, emotion, expression, there's a quiet that follows, right? The quiet can feel peaceful. It's also uncomfortable, empty, and unfamiliar. And even though it feels peaceful in the immediate, that uncomfortable, the empty, the unfamiliar is the part that we're really, really trying to focus on, because what's there is because we're not used to having that empty space. That uncomfortable, that empty is not a bad thing. It feels kind of bad at first because we're not used to it. When you're used to chaos, when you're used to, I have to do this got to get done, oh my God, I'm never going to get this done. Like there's a million things always going. When you find that stretch of peace, it's like, wow, that feels good. And then, oh wait, should that feel good? Should I be okay with that? I'm starting to worry now. What am I doing something wrong? Should I be doing something more? These are those questions, that thing that comes through our head, and it happens a lot. And that's when we end up self sabotaging. We overdo it. We work harder. We stress ourselves out with worry. We think of all the many ways that it was 15:15 on the clock as I said that. We think of all the many ways it could go wrong instead of understanding all of the ways it could go right. And we literally will talk ourselves out of the beautiful thing that we just created. And we don't want to do that. We want to just for a moment sit in that peace and feel how it feels. And when that stuff comes up, check in with ourselves. Why is that coming up? I've done all the things. Why should that be coming up? What is going on here where I don't feel safe here? And when we can start asking ourselves those questions, that's where we can sit with it and get kind of go, well, that makes no sense. I was 5 when that happened. That should not bother me now. But it's something way back there that we're not even thinking about. So when we bring it to the forefront and we become aware of it, we allow space for it. And in turn, our mind processes it, oh, that's not that scary after all. And it takes a few times. It's not like going to happen in the first moment. But when it does happen, it becomes a lot easier to understand. And eventually it just goes away. It just becomes integrated. And that fear that was holding us back, that worry, that thing that turned everything and made it uncomfortable, then becomes this really great space of, wait, that's actually a superpower. I'm really good at that. Why was I scared to do that before? And it just, we learn how to flip that into a point of purpose, an idea, a creation that can really help us or help others, right? So the moment after you create, when everything gets quiet, it's not empty, it's the release. You're releasing that energy, and by the way, you're releasing that energy in such a positive way, where before it would have been an explosion, and then you would have that entire complete weight of fear, guilt, shame, all of those things, because you exploded. You know you didn't handle it properly, and you would just beat yourself up, and everyone else would be upset with you, and you'd have all that cycle and all that weight weighing you down. But because you did it differently, and you created something beautiful instead, you not only had all that extra energy, now you don't have, there's a cycle that usually happens. And that space of peace is empty because you didn't have to do that cycle. So you actually have that time to rest, to feel for yourself, to give yourself self-care, to learn about yourself, to celebrate yourself. You didn't spiral. You didn't have to spiral because you did something different. You made all that space would have been all of that space that you had to carry from that fear, shame, guilt, that whole cycle, right? And that's heavy and that's a lot. So when you don't do that, imagine how much free extra space you have. Now you're creating more things. You have more ideas. Now you're not worried about this. It takes a few times to get there because that uncomfortable, the reason it's uncomfortable is because you're used to that weight of the spiral. You're used to that heaviness that doesn't come anymore because you've done something different, which is amazing. But instead of celebrating ourselves, we start questioning it. Like, what's going on? What happened? How do I move through this? Well, move through it any way you want to, as long as it's not self-sabotage, as long as it's not going into something that's going to defeat you. Celebrate yourself. Go for a walk, pick a treat, hang out with your kiddo, like, get yourself flowers, write yourself a poem, watch some show that you don't usually want to watch, but it's like a guilty pleasure, and be like, I'm not doing anything in this moment. I'm going to celebrate what I did. Because you have that extra energy. You can continue creating until burnout, or you can take that space of peace and literally sit with it and just feel it and allow yourself to enjoy it. Celebrate yourself. When we stop doing that, we forget to do that. Then when it's time to celebrate ourselves, we don't even know how to do it. What am I supposed to do, right? Pat your own back. Who cares? Give yourself a high five. Have a laugh. Do something funny that just says like, hey, good job. I see you. You did that. It's going to change everything in how you show up and how you apply these things to your life. So after you move the energy, after you create, it's the natural calm. And it's good. You need to have it. It's beautiful. It's your system telling you, don't rush. Don't rush. Let it go. Sit in it and just learn how to enjoy that feeling. Celebrating yourself, being happy and comfortable in your own skin, loving yourself, being proud of yourself. When people are like, don't do this, don't do that, we don't worry about them. It's not our problem. We're allowed to be proud of ourselves. Not too proud that we're not going to learn or we don't hear or we're better than somebody, but proud and like, I did something different. I actually accomplished that and I feel good about myself. There's never going to be anything wrong with that. And I think we need to do that more. And don't ever let somebody tell you that you shouldn't do that or make you feel bad. Because when you put that much work into yourself, just like you would put that same work into your kid, would you tell your kid to do something and then when they do it, treat them like crap? No. Of course you're going to celebrate them. Thank you for your insight. Very smart and interesting. See you next time. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I appreciate the response. So the reason why we don't trust peace at first is we're not used to the feeling. I'm kind of going over this. Obviously, I'm going to reiterate it a couple times, and it's because it's important. Um, we try to fill it right away, right? We don't understand that space. So, oh my God, something feels weird. But we forget what would have been in that space. So if we take the moment and we actually recognize, oh wait, that space would have been filled with absolute self-sabotage, guilt, fear, shame, regret, because I'm used to exploding. I'm used to bad things happening. This wasn't bad. This was positive. I feel good. I feel empowered, but there's just this space, right? We want to teach you to sit in that and actually bask in it, just like you would lay in the sun and just get a tan and just feel the warmth of the sun. The same way, enjoy it, celebrate it, be proud of yourself. You don't have to tell anyone, or you could tell the whole world, but either way, you got to feel that pride and say, I did that, I accomplished that, I can do it again. And maybe in this space, once I learn to understand what it is and I feel my way through it, and I get comfortable in it, maybe I can create something new along the way. And almost every single time, that's what's going to happen. And you're going to create something from a space of love, from a good feeling, from your empowerment, from your confidence, because you know you showed up differently. You know you can do it again at 2222 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. You found the balance, and you understand. And that's where the excitement actually begins, right? This is the part no one talks about. The calm is where the next level starts building because you've already done the creating. You're in that peace and in that calm. But that space, once you learn how to sit in it and feel it and enjoy it, there's this thing that says, well, what if? And not what if everything could go bad, because you're now empowered and now you're happy and now you're confident. You're more confident every single time. Well, what if I tried to create this? Is there something else I could do that's very simple, that's a win? Hi, Grasshopper. Are we talking about meditation? We're not. I mean, it kind of could be a form of it, but we're talking about the space after the creation. So when you learn how to take that fire, all of that anger, fear, shame, guilt, all of those things that you're learning how to overcome, understand, and peel back the layers. 2332. Thank you, Spirit. You start creating, and when you can focus that energy and you create something, it may be learning, it may be advocating for yourself. Nope, not breath work. I mean, it's always going to be integrated into all of these things if that's something that works for you. That's a tool. What we're talking about now is the space. This before we actually are using the tools, this is the space where we start to understand which tools we need. Yes, it's emotional regulation. So when we come in that space and we're understanding, yes, it's all of it. It's all of it. But what I'm talking about right now is actually the emotional regulation. We're understanding the piece that comes after the beginning of creation. So, yeah, the big thing is we're not used to that feeling, so we try to fill it right away. We go looking for the next thing instead of sitting in what we just created, right? Learning how to bask and understand. Oh, are you laughing? You don't understand how to do it? Or you just had questions? Or you want more questions? Because I can answer them all for you. You just have to be specific about which one you need to learn or you need help with. Okay, so Anyways, this is where the excitement begins. When you learn to bask in it and understand what it's trying to teach you, it's showing like you accomplished this. Be proud of yourself. You didn't spiral. So all of that space that would have been stuck in the fear, guilt, shame loop of the explosion that you avoided because you made a better decision, you use that to create. And now in that space, you can start dreaming a little bigger. You created one thing, and then you got to move forward and build something better. Hi, Fairbricks. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. So, this one we're talking about is coming back to peace, which is, I think, episode 8 in the Alchemy of Motion. This is also day 2 of 30 of my 30 days, hopefully getting to 500 subscribers while I help other people get unstuck. So, it's going to be a mix-up of all kinds of things. So, I'll do some teaching. A couple of the days will be like the fire signs and the check-ins, all of that good stuff. But it's going to be more loose for the people that want to like Grasshopper, who come in and kind of want to have questions or want, if they're keeping it pretty simple, pretty easy to go. Uh-oh, what happened? Is it working? Okay, I think it cut me out, but I don't, it's going now, I think. All right, we're back. I did some weird freeze thing. Anyway, so it's okay to not trust the piece. It's okay to feel that weird and uncomfortable, but best way to explain for people to understand, being aware of your emotions instead of reacting instantly. You're aware, you're feeling that emotion and understand not to hold on to it. Well, it's not always, yes, that is true, but the idea is to put action into it. When you actually notice what it is, you can pinpoint it along the scale, right? When you look at snap, let's just use snap for an example. We're full on rage, we're gonna flip out, we're gonna say some nasty stuff, and we're gonna be mean, right? Then what happens when you get to that point? As soon as that's over, then there's the fear, guilt, shame, all the things, because you feel bad about it. You didn't want to do that. In the immediate, you might be like, yeah, that was good. And 2 seconds later, you feel bad about it. Okay? But the idea isn't just noticing it, because you can notice it anywhere along the way. The idea is when I notice it here, I don't care if I'm right here, right before the snap. If I notice it and I make a different choice, we're going to celebrate it. We're going to celebrate it because you know what happens? You become empowered and you start building up that excess energy and it turns into creation. That's when you learn to advocate for yourself. Nope, don't take my papers.
Can I help you?
When you clean off that table so you have room to color, then you can do it. So we'll pass. You go from anger.
Can I dump it in the toilet?
Meditation does help, but you have to get to a space where you can actually meditate. So I don't know. What was that, Grace? Don't do that, please. So you have to understand when you get to anger is a good example because it's extreme, right? So when you get to that point, trying to meditate when you're angry is like, for most people, it's just not going to happen. It's not, you're full of that energy, you have to do something, you got to go move, you got to walk, you got to clean, you got to scream, you're going to spew out vile words because you're mad. There's a million other steps that have to come before you get to the space of meditation. I'm never going to say it's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing, and anyone that can do it, amazing. Yeah, I'm just live. What is that?
It's a Wi-Fi thing.
Oh, did you change it?
Yeah, Tyler just did. Go ahead, that's your mom.
Is it still good now? Sorry, they're gonna be changed. Hold on.
Look.
Okay.
My look is done.
Okay, thank you. You gotta clean up the table if you want to use it. Sorry, there's distractions. That's the way life is. But yeah, meditation is fantastic. You're never gonna hear me judge any tool or anybody, but yes, you're absolutely right. But before you get to that space, you have to notice some things, right? You have to notice what you're feeling. You have to notice, try to notice the pattern. And there's always going to be the pause. There's always going to be the breath. There's always going to be the things. That's the tools that go in the tool belt. That's some of the tools. There's many, many other ones. But before you get to the tool, you got to understand the space where you're at so you know what tool you're using. So that's what I'm talking about in this moment. What I'm talking about in this moment, yes, when we get to the tools and stuff, that will happen. I don't know if it froze. Hold on. There are many, and when I get to them, I will explain it to you. But because I'm just talking about this one thing, when I get to that, I promise you I will go through them. There's a million tools. There's literally, and I already described like 10 of them, but the idea is understanding the space, right? We really want to understand what space we're in. And the one I'm talking about right now is after you've created something. And what happens a lot of times when people have created it and they're in that space, they don't know what to do with the extra. Miss Grace, come here. You're pushing the luck today. If you want to do the activity, you need to clean off the table.
Can you help me?
No, I'm not helping you. You made the mess. Well, then you'll have to have a timeout. That's just it. I love you very much, but that's not what's going to happen. So let's try it again. You have to bear with me because it's Saturday and the child is home and she gets frustrated. So when we understand the space we're in, okay, because when you're in anger, when you're in fear, when you're in whatever, if you don't notice what it is, pulling a tool, there's many of them, but if you are angry and you start to just go for a run and then you're scared and the run makes it even worse, understanding what tool works for you. And literally, it's simple. It's so many simple things. I know they say journal all the time, but if your brain is scattered and you're in survival mode and you're not sure how to come out of it, and you really want to understand some of the things, but you got all of these things going on in your head and it's going 20 different directions, don't worry about trying to write it down in the moment. Get out your phone, your Google Notes, your whatever, and just say what you're feeling. Don't judge, don't think about it, don't do nothing. Just spew it out. Just blah, 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 and don't stop. Okay, when you're done, Miss Grace, that is the last warning. The next time is going to be a timeout. Doesn't matter, there's a boundary, and you're pushing it. Nope, eyes on me. Eyes on me. You know the boundary. You wanted to do the activity. You know what you need to do before you get to do that activity. That's right. So pick up your area, stop making a mess, and don't go damaging things. Dream journals are fun. There's all kinds of things. When I'm talking about tools, we keep them very simple. Like this is the one that I created for my kiddo. Not just my kiddo, but for some of the kids. The mini us is us learning there. So we have our thing with our tool belt, but it's an activity where they get to cut it out and make it. And then we also have the workshop that goes with it. You are climbing on me and you are passing the boundary. And if you continue to pass the boundary, it is going to be an absolute... One. If I get to 3, it is in the corner. Last warning. 1, 2. She is wild today. She needs to go outside. She doesn't want to go outside because I'm live. She likes to pop in and be herself. She's wild. But it is what it is. That is the joy of being a parent. You don't have to go to school. It's Saturday. Now I'm done talking to you for the moment because you are not behaving nicely. All right. Miss Grace, eyes on me. There will not be another warning. The next time the TV goes off and you go to your room and you don't get to go outside and play. Do you understand? Eyes on me. Did you hear what I said? That's the boundary. You don't aim me. I've given you chance after chance. You're pushing the boundary and you know it. No more. Okay. Back to business. Nope. Not hearing it. So anyways, the idea is in that release. We don't want to rush it. Outside, now. 1. To the door. 1.
No.
I don't care. You want to behave that way, you cannot come in here like that. Outside. 1, 2. If I get to 3, it's your bedroom.
No, it doesn't close.
Miss Grace. Outside. Now. Now. You wanted to do the activity, but you don't want to pick up your mess, and you're not doing it. That's just it.
No,
I don't care.
No.
I don't care. Next one is the room. I'm not playing. I've asked nicely. I've been kind. I've given you space. I've done the eyes on me. I've given you your boundary. I will not allow you to continue behaving like that. So you need to make a decision, and what decision you make will decide where you end up. Do you understand that? So take a breath.
No.
Oh, take a breath.
No. Mama, today.
Well, then you can go to the corner and take a breath.
No breath. No breath.
1.
I did not take a breath.
Okay, but that's not an option. It's take a breath or go to your room and yell. Those are your options.
I did not take a breath.
Well, then go to your room and yell.
No.
Those are your 2 options.
Can I take a breath?
Are you done? Come here. Okay, but like when you go into destructive mode, it's not okay.
I hate that.
I know you don't like to take breaths when you're frustrated. No, sometimes it's hard to do, but we still have to do it. And when you start being mean, you can't, it's not okay. I'm not mean to you, so why do I have to let you be mean to me? Eyes on me.
What?
Eyes on me. Are you done? Stop spitting. It's gross. You can't climb on me. I'm working, and you're not listening very well. You gotta get a tear if you're gonna fake cry. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Go sit down. Okay, you have mama love, but I'm not gonna let you behave like that no more. So make your decision. If you want to watch TV, sit down.
No, the TV's off. I don't know what's running.
Miss Grace, I'm not playing with you. This is Parenting 101 for all of the lovely parents out there. My daughter has very many learning struggles, some emotional regulation issues, which is why and how I know very well how and why I learned this. So sometimes we have to be very overly patient, but firm with her boundaries. Otherwise, she will walk all over them, and it is a whole thing. So,
Mommy.
nope. Nope. You know how. It's the last conversation, or you have to leave. That's it.
Mommy.
Because we have... Give me the thing.
What's going on?
Okay, you gotta sit down, because I can't sit here and do... Grace, stop. Take a breath. Bear with me. The neighbor brought down the Wi-Fi thing, and so now
It did it.
I have to fix this for her, or it will be another meltdown. But I don't know why my phone's working. That makes no sense to me.
Well, my English was a kitty. I don't know why. Mom, I don't know why I love my kitty. Just get her away from me.
Miss Grace,
What?
what I'm trying to do, and your behavior right now is not very good. And this TV is going to go off, and you're not even going to have it, because I don't treat you that way, and I'm getting very tired of you behaving like that. Do you understand me? So something needs to change. I don't care about the cat right now. The cat will have to go too.
No,
It is not, this is not acceptable, and I'm tired of you continuing to do it. You've been told the boundary on repeat, and if I have to continue to tell you, then something is going to change. And the first will be the TV, and then right after that is going to be your toy. Do you understand? Grace, stop. Enough.
I love this toy. Mommy, I love this toy.
I don't know why this is working. But why is this still connected? Okay, I don't know. Is this working? Are y'all still here? Because the TV went. Oh, well, this is going to be a short live because I don't know why it's. Well, it's not working now, and it didn't work for. I don't know what to do now.
Look at the X.
See,
That's
whatever. I don't know what to do either. So they got to make a decision because the TV is now off. Grace is having a meltdown, and the password isn't working. So my live is working, so I can tell it's working. But now I don't have the old password, and my kid is having a meltdown. Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait because this is
Why is it?
just,
Why?
Grace, please, dude, just please.
I want babe.
We're having internet troubles too, so you gotta bear with me. Apparently, we're messing with all of the things today. Okay, is it working? It's working. Grace, just stop. No more. We're not having the bad attitude today.
So what time is it again? Let's put... Hey. What's wrong with it again?
Well, we can't because you keep breaking the remote. Well, Grace, I don't know, bud. Dude, you can't keep breaking things and then ask me to fix it. I don't know how to fix everything. Today is going to be utter chaos. I can see already. But it was just working, so... I don't know. You have to go in your room and figure it out. You want to watch the one in your room for now?
Oh, okay. I think...
Well, I'll be right back. I have to figure out the kid. And I will be back. Grace, stop crying. Take a breath. You don't need to be crying over things like that. Well, this is just utter chaos for no reason. Grace, stop. I do love you, even when I'm upset, but I still don't like your behavior. It's not okay right now. Grace, stop. If I tell you again, you're going to get the TV. Well, we'll see how this goes. One crisis averted for now. This is the life of trying to get a million things done at once. And when things come like that and it's chaos, you gotta learn to figure it out. You gotta learn to work through it and not let it get to you. But I can't tell if the internet is still working or not. Either way, I mean, I know it's working, but it's not working anywhere else. It's only working on this one, which is weird. But, all right. So anyways, let's get back to this because I want to get at least this part over, and then I don't really care, even though it's been an hour for this. So it's part of the process. It's not the end. That space is just allowing you to feel it, to have the accomplishment, to allow the things to do, to sit, to dream, to observe, to say, what else can I do? And it's not about what else can I do, I need to get everything done. It's about, is there something else that I could take on, that I could learn about, that I could try to accomplish, and just get curious. Because the more you sit in that peace and understand that it came from creating something, it allows you the space of, man, maybe I can dream about something else. Maybe I can start something new and try something fun instead of sitting in the guilt, fear, shame, that whole cycle. When we the weight that we have to feel sometimes, the things that we have to deal with, the chaos, the unexpected, all the things that happen. This is my life all the time, so I'm kind of used to it. We deal with it, we move on, we move forward, always. But learning how to understand in those spaces of calm, we're not waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because when you get stuck in that, then you start manifesting more chaos, and we don't want that. So learning those tools, learning to sit in that, and learning to say, hey, I did something. I need to celebrate what I've accomplished. I need to celebrate that I upheld my boundaries. I need to celebrate that I did something a little different, and look at the outcome. Look how much extra I have. Look how much overflow I have, because now I'm not sitting in the weight of shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't do this good enough. And when you step out and you do the things, you do them from clarity because you've already done the process. You've peeled it back and you understood. Lolo Miranda, welcome. How are you? Happy Saturday. It's been a little chaotic here from the moment I went live. So, and the internet's been having troubles. My kids been having meltdowns, but we move on through. Such is life. The whole world can be calm, and then when you try to focus on doing something, it starts to get a little crazy. But that's the way it goes. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I hope things are going well. Hi there. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Hi, Omega. It's been a little chaotic it was really good all day. Going on here, then my kid went meltdown. The internet had problems. Oh, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but I don't. I can speak slower if that helps. I'm talking about coming back to peace today, even though it's been chaotic all day. It's kind of hard to explain the peace after creation when it's utter chaos and everything going on. But that's life, and I'm already used to that. So learning how to take that breath, that's where the tools come in play. Grasshopper, I couldn't think of your name, sorry. To be fair, I can barely remember my name on a good day. There's always a lot going on. But the space is understanding the space, and that's when we figure out the tools, right? When the chaos with my daughter, upholding the boundaries, which was like the tools in motion. Literally all the things that I did was just the tools, using the tools properly to the best of my ability, right? The eyes on me, focus. Okay, we need to take a breath. This is the boundary, understanding it. We're doing the same things with our own self, right? That's our child. We can be calm and sweet and all the things, but there's going to be times where we have to be firm. And we have to do that with ourselves too, right? We have to keep ourselves emotionally regulated so we're not freaking out on our kids. But we still have to be firm enough so they don't walk all over us. And there's almost always going to be, the kids get the upper hand because you're almost always too nice. But learning how to do that the best you can. And then celebrating it when you did. So she figured out the answer. I had to compromise with her, not because of something that I wanted, but because of the actual internet issue that was going on, the other things. So, but that compromise turned into a happy one. Learning how to pivot, learning how to understand where something could have went to absolute chaos, we've now turned it into something calm. How old am I? 44? I had to think about that. I don't, I try not to think about it too often. I think, yeah, I'm 44. 1 year, for 2 years I was 38, so I had to double check. I just assume I'm an age at this point. Uh, I have to laugh about it because I'm always busy, so. Ah? How old are you? Ah? How old are you? So, anyways, learning the chaos, understanding, finding the peace. It's about maintaining the peace and not running away from it. Also, it's about not filling it up right away because once you work so hard to create peace, um, you've earned that space of peace. Yet, instead of celebrating ourselves, we tend to run through it or push to fill it. And the idea is, I really want us to start sitting in it and celebrating it just a little bit. Uh, it's part of the process. It's not the end, right? It's just a part of the process. It's not the end of your momentum. It's just a part of it. Creation doesn't happen in movement. It happens in stillness, right? There has to be the thought before the action. There's always going to be the thought, the idea, the spark, the whatever you follow, the intuition, and then the movement comes. And the energy that you create when you're learning to peel back the emotions and use those emotions as a driver, that's the fuel, right? That's the tool that gets you there. But um, in that stillness is the space, the place of peace that comes after. And now there's not, everything is cyclical, so it's going to constantly be moving, right? So in that stillness, that's just allowing you that space to think, to have that idea, and to create again. So when we understand that instead of the spiral of fear, guilt, shame, all of those things that people can project onto us, or we can project onto our own self, the spectrum on that is great, but the idea is that instead of doing that, we're using that same spiral motion, but we're spiraling upwards, right? Our creation, our idea, our peace, right? Understanding the emotions, instead of being angry and exploding and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, we create a level playing field. We create a space of peace. And in that moment, we create something else and we start moving it. Just like I was talking about my little emotion wheel and stuff. Which everybody has emotion wheels, but this is the one that I created for my program and what I teach. It's all on my website. It's all my free workshop to help you get unstuck. I have group sessions starting in June, one-on-one coaching, but this is what we talk about, is the processing. This is the emotion wheel, and it comes with the tools and the activities, and I created this for my kiddos class. And I created a mini-me workshop for the little ones, because when they can learn and understand it when they're little, they don't have as much trouble when they're getting older because they've already been able to process, understand, and they're doing it just like breathing. So they're not letting the other programs come in and change how they think critically, how they understand emotionally, and how they follow their intuition. They're going to do it naturally because they're learning how to process, understand it while they're young, not waiting until they have all of that trauma, fear, guilt, shame that they've already had to do to process through. So that's the goal. Things are going really well with that, and it's exciting. So we'll see how that goes. But it's still the program. It's still what's worked for me time and time again, and it's still something that I will always share. It's not something that I'm trying to gatekeep. I'm going to share it with anyone that needs it. when they listen, if they're willing to show up. I can't force it on you, but I'm more than willing to share information like that. So in those moments where you do feel stuck, there's a video. You can go back and be like, oh, what is this? Oh, that kind of makes sense, right? And I have at least 4 series now, not just this one. This is just the 30 days live. So there will be some teaching and stuff, but it's pretty loose. There's, kids screaming, internet things, people popping in saying hi. There's all kinds of chaos going on in this one, in these ones, but it's just keeping it loose, keeping it light, and allowing space for answering questions and stuff for people. I do energy check-ins. I do all the good stuff. I am from Canada. How about you? BC, actually. Canada, but BC. I'm up in the mountains. Actually, I'm in the valley. The mountains are all around me. But it's beautiful here. I'm really, really happy to be here. So, like I said, it's the creation is happening in the stillness too. So when we allow space for that, we create that constant cycle of change. But the thing that I want everybody to not skip, to not even consider skipping, is the celebration. When you make a different choice, when you do something different, when you notice something that you wouldn't have noticed before, take that moment to celebrate it. Allow your space. Just give yourself some time to say, hey, I did that. I'm proud of me. Don't be afraid to go buy a little iced coffee or something that makes you happy, brings you joy, and be like, yeah, this is my present to me. I did something. It doesn't always have to be a physical gift, but sometimes it's nice, an excuse to go get your nails done. Well, I've been doing really good on this, and I noticed this, and I'm becoming more aware. Okay, I can do something nice for me, right? It doesn't always have to be a money or a physical thing, but sometimes it can be. So don't feel bad about that. Sometimes it can just be watching that show, that show like a binge watch or something that normally you wouldn't watch, but we all have like that guilty pleasure, that show or whatever we watch, and allowing yourself the space to do that. Have you traveled anywhere? I've traveled Canada and U.S. I traveled with the Carnival for 25 years, so yeah, pretty much all of, I don't want to say all of Canada, BC, up here, Ontario, all there, and then pretty much all of the U.S. But that's, like, I haven't been anywhere foreign yet. It's on the bucket list. Somewhere, someday. There's a long list of places I want to go. And it will happen eventually. How about you? So, yeah, just celebrate yourself. When you make a different choice, when you stop yourself along the way, when you don't snap and you choose to do something different, like advocate for yourself or look up different ways that you can advocate for yourself, inspire others, research your own stuff, write a journal, take notes on things, observe things, step outside. Every single time you do anything like that, celebrate it. Doesn't have to be huge, but notice it. Absolutely notice it. Pat yourself on the back. Go in the mirror and say, you did fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Get used to your face, hearing your voice, seeing you. Say, I'm proud of you. I love you. You're amazing. You did a fantastic job. Say it until it doesn't feel funny. Say it until you're so proud of yourself that every single time you see yourself in the mirror, you can't help but smile because you're so proud of what you're doing. And sometimes it takes practice, and sometimes people laugh about it, and they're like, it's funny, it's weird, and it's uncomfortable, and it's because you're not used to it. Just like when someone gives you a compliment, and you're like, you're not sure how to take it. And sometimes we all get that way, but learning how to just say thank you sometimes is just the most wonderful thing you can do. When you only know how to give, and you don't know how to receive, learning how to receive can really change how you behave towards yourself and towards others. So those little things really, really, they take a lot of work to get there. And for some people that have never had to do that struggle, they may not understand that. But if you've ever had to learn to process and to do the emotional walkthrough, emotional regulation, understanding what's going on. It is a huge, huge, huge task. It starts with a bunch of small steps, but it is a lot and it can be overwhelming. So when every single time you have something to celebrate, just celebrate it. I promise you, it's only going to get better that way. And then, yeah, sometimes the celebration isn't loud, it's just calm. It's just allowing us the space to sit back and say, wow, good for me. I'm proud of me. I don't want to move past it anymore. I don't want to rush so far past it that we don't even get to register what we did. We're right on to the next task. We're right on to the next thing we should be doing. And we forget to sit in it. And what we miss is when we sit in that, that's where our sparks of ideas come. That's where our inspiration, that's where that calm allows us the space to dream. And in that dreaming, we can actually start doing the steps. Maybe I don't have all the steps, but if I can do this step and this step, I already know with everything that I've already overcome, everything I've learned, 10110, thank you, Spirit, with everything I've done along the way, you know you're going to be able to do it. So if you can do 1 or 2 steps, you have to just trust that the 3rd and 4th step are going to open up for you because you're already doing it. You're showing up and you're doing everything that you've learned to this point. Everything that you can do, you know that the next opportunity, the next step is going to open up for you. And that's pretty exciting. So learning how to hold the feeling instead of rushing past it, learning how to celebrate it. Let yourself feel it longer than you normally would. It doesn't mean you have to hold the whole thing right away because you're not used to it. So that space of peace, when it starts to feel uncomfortable, okay, it's feeling uncomfortable. Okay, can I sit in that just, a few minutes longer? Can I go maybe an hour longer and just sit in that before I let my brain go all kinds of crazy, trying to get on to the next thing? It's not about learning how to do it all at once. It's learning how to just sit with it a little longer and get curious, right? And that's what happens, because when you learn just a little bit longer each time, you start to understand that peace starts to spread out, and it becomes your safe space, and it becomes that thing that you would fight for till the end of the earth. Not that I'm saying you should fight for it, but it's something that you're going to show up authentically. You're going to show up and you're going to put in the work, because once you get that feeling and you start to understand and trust what it is, it's such an amazing space that you don't want to let it go. And that's a good thing. So, just let yourself hold it a little longer each time. And every time you hold on to it a little longer, celebrate it. Good for me. I didn't freak out this time. I didn't start rushing off to the next thing. I sat and I just let it sit, and I enjoyed the completion. I got to see the end task, and I'm proud of it. It doesn't matter if something's going to change from here on out. In this moment, I'm proud of it. I traveled to a beautiful city last summer. The people were friendly, and the food was amazing. I want to go back someday. That's okay. Take your time. Where to a beautiful city? Where? Yeah, any kind of traveling is good. And it's not always food. Well, food is always good. You're never going to hear it's not for me. But I like the people. I always love meeting new people, even if I don't understand. I'm a firm believer, even with the language barrier, genuine people, authentic people, you can see by their smiles, by how they behave, even if they don't understand a thing you're saying, they still know how to be kind. Hold the door open, share a smile, a wave. It's not about always these big, heavy conversations. Mind you, when there's food involved and stuff, the communication becomes a lot easier. And when you're friendly and you're open and kind to all, people are more open and they're more eager to try. They'll try to speak your language. You'll try to speak theirs, because you're being vulnerable enough to learn and listen. And when we get to that space, there's a lot of bridges that can happen. It's the best part of traveling, and you get to learn about other people's culture. And I think it's the best bridge in this whole world, and I think that everybody has something special to share. And we don't always have to like everything, but even if you don't like everything, what's it going to hurt to learn, to see somebody else's perspective? Because it doesn't make any one perspective less valid. So to me, the people is the best part of traveling. And I hope you do get to go back, especially in the summer. Everywhere in the summer is beautiful. The sun shining, like the ability to be outside without freezing. It's a really good space to go. All right, so oh yeah, get used to the peace being something you can actually stay in. Sorry, I write my notes down because I have to prepare for my stuff by keeping my notes because I get off topic a lot. Because when people come in, I like to chit chat. I like to say hi. But my daughter, when chaos is chaosing, if I didn't have my little uh, note list, we would be way out in the weeds. I don't know if we'd be able to reel it back in, but I'm self-aware enough to know that. So I make notes and I do my very best to come back to it as much as possible. I can't really complain about that. So yeah, the idea is just get used to peace being something that you can actually stay in a little bit more each time, because that peace is where all those ideas come from. And when you start understanding that, that's where your safe spaces. That's where no matter where you are, what's going on in the world, that accomplishment, that ability to know that whatever I think I can actually create, I can do the action steps because I know even if I can't do it all right now, I can get to the space where I need to learn a course. I can get to that course. I can go here. I can research this. I have the ability. And if I'm doing the steps that I already know, what's going to happen? The next ones are going to open up. The right people are going to see you. The right people are going to say, oh, I think you should go here. This course is fantastic for that. There's so much wisdom out there, so much knowledge, other people's references, right? Like what they've learned, what they've shared, when they share it with you, they're always going to lead you in a way. And it doesn't mean you have to follow everybody else. When you follow your own nudges, the people that can help you get there automatically show up. That's what the universe does so well. It's just that weave that just keeps on weaving and eventually brings you exactly where you need to go. So just focus on in that space what you can create, what you can enjoy, and what's next without tasking yourself, oh my God, I must do this. Just get curious. What could I do next? What is the next thing I want to take on? Is there something that I'm going to enjoy? So a lot of processing that happens in that empty space, but it's a good processing. It's confidence building. It's empowerment. It allows you to see what it is you actually need to do, right? And it's actually what you're craving. A lot of people don't know that. They like, especially when you're used to chaos, you don't really realize that's what you're craving. But those quiet moments, people chase it. They pay for that. They're going crazy trying to release a little bit of this, release a little bit of that, so they just have a little space of that time. And we can actively create it all the time once we start to understand what the space is. We go through it all the time. Every time we create something, every time we change our behaviors, every time we choose to do an upward spiral instead of explode and do all the negative things that lead us into the shame, fear, guilt cycle, right? That's a really heavy cycle. And when we choose something different, instead of all of that cycle, which takes up so much energy, now we have all of this extra energy here. And it's a space, and it's a peace, and it's a calm. And we can create so much more from it. So at first, we might not know what it is we're actually craving until we get it. And once you learn to sit with it and understand it, you're like, oh, that's what I've been needing, and I want it so badly. How do I continue to do this? That's why I'm teaching what I teach is to teach you how to get there, and help you stay in it as long as possible. When you get to sit with it just a little bit and you start learning how to extend it out, you have all the tools. You know what it is. Sometimes maybe it's just painting. Maybe it's just drawing. Maybe it's just scribbling. It doesn't even have to be doing something constructive right away. So if just scribbling takes your brain away and closes out the chaos and allows you to dream something new into being, then that's what it is. It's not about judging what the tool is. It's about trying a couple different things and finding what one consistently works over and over again. And then if that one works, you put it in the tool belt. That's why I always talk about the tool belt. And you're not only going to have one tool. If breath work works, the box breathing. If it works, if the tapping. You know, and I was just talking to someone the other day. I was at a workshop actually, and they were talking about this little movement. You're trying to feel your fingerprints, and it's something I did since I was a kid. We inherently are doing emotional regulation tools. We weren't taught to do it. It was something that we always did, and it was something to bring us into the present, something to ground us, to keep us from going all crazy in the head and letting the worry and the fear and the chaos take over. It was such a little thing, and I was like, I do that now. What do you mean? And I really contemplated and I focused on emotional regulation tools, and it was something that I've been doing since I was a kid, and I didn't even know. And when we were discussing it, it kind of blew my mind because that's always when I was too anxious or things were starting to get worried. One. Thank you, sir. When things were starting to get overly chaotic, it was just always something that I could do. Or holding the hands, right? These are grounding techniques. They're small, and even if people don't understand, because they're not perfect or they're not done perfectly, tapping your arm, tapping your side, doesn't matter, right? It's about bringing that energy into the here and now. And that's why when I say there's a million tools, there really, literally is. And it's finding one that works for you consistently. There's going to be many different things that happen, but if rubbing your finger and thumb is the one that's been working for so long, notice it, pay attention to it, start celebrating it, using it. Oh yeah, I notice I'm doing it again, because it's also a trigger. And especially if it's something you're doing unconsciously, if you're doing it, it's like, oh, why am I doing that? Because sometimes you don't even know you're feeling anxious, right? It's there, and you start to feel that feeling in your body, and you're starting to do your inherent emotional regulation tools that you didn't even know, right? You didn't even realize. So that was just one of those funny things that I thought was really interesting. So you can start noticing those things. You're going to start seeing all the times it happens, and that's how you make the change along the way. And that's where you create that extra space, because now you're not in the explosion loop, is what I like to call it. So, yeah. So these quiet moments, yeah, this is what we're chasing all the time. But then when they come, we don't always know how to stay with them, and we usually are rushing to get through them onto the next task. It's great to dream the next task. It's great to feel empowered. It's great to do all the things, but when we get to the space where we're rushing our way out of it, then what was the sense in getting there in the first place? So learning how to really take that time, celebrate, and kind of bask in it is really, really important. You don't need to rush past peace to stay productive. You're still being productive. Sometimes the rest is the most important part. And I used to laugh. When I tell you, I used to absolutely be appalled when they said that. Rest what? Because I didn't even know what rest was. And I worked myself downward near to death on a regular basis. I was just running on exhaustion. I don't know how I survived, to be honest. And then they were like, well, you should just try sitting down. And sitting down wasn't the hard part, even though it didn't happen often. It was the calming the brain. It was getting out of the chaos. And that's where the breathing tools helped. Learning to regulate my nervous system. I make the teas and stuff that are on my website. My gratitude tea. That is the one thing that actually helped me regulate my nervous system. It allowed me the space to, when I wasn't ready to say things to myself, to empower myself, I could say it to the fruits. You still have value. You are worthy. You will be loved. You will be enjoyed, and you have value. And things like that. Sometimes it's the simplest things, and it doesn't matter what it is. Would it work cutting fruit for everybody? Probably not. But it was something that worked for me. And finding that thing for you, those couple things for you, is very easy to do. You just got to start trying it, right? Trial and error. And it starts with noticing. But when we start noticing and using, that celebration and that peace is coming. And so is that empowerment and that creation and all the things that come after it. That's an upward spiral. And that's definitely one I want to be on, you know? So calm doesn't mean nothing's happening. There's always a lot happening. You're processing. Your body is releasing. You ever just, when you do sit down and you kind of relax for the day and you've been kind of holding your shoulders tight, maybe like I'm being a little exaggerated right now, but you know, you're at work and your shoulders are up and you got to keep yourself focused and you're doing all the things, and then you go home and you relax and it's like, because you don't have to carry the weight of the world, and there's that moment where it's just that release. And it's the same thing when you're creating, when you're working and you're doing all the things, and when you release, you actually feel it in your body. There's a whole lot going on, even though just because you don't see it happening all the time doesn't mean it's not happening. You already did something. It's the part where you get to let it matter. Why did you work so hard to create something if you're not even going to sit and enjoy it and say, way to go. Maybe this is going to help me. Maybe it's going to help other people. I created this and I'm proud of that. You know, why do all the work if you're not going to take the moment to say, yeah, good for me. You're allowed to sit with what you created before you go create more. Because when you start enjoying what you created and you get to be proud of it, it also empowers you and encourages you to do more, right? And then peace isn't the absence of progress. It's just part of it. It's part of your progress. It's the moment where all of the calmness allows space for those intuitive nudges, for those ideas, to pull from all that is out there and all the things that you might want to do and say, ooh, that's something I could try next. That's a pretty good space to be. Peace isn't the absence of progress. It's part of it. So if you're in that space right now, just don't rush it. Just take the time. Celebrate yourself. Just like the little thing that I created. And I know people think it's just a little thing, but this is going to help many other little kids. This is my program, how I teach it, and I teach it because it's easy for someone to say, just go journal. It's easy for someone to say these things and then, okay, well, I can't journal because my mind's in chaos and all this is going on and I'm worried about this and worried about that. And it's a lot. And you don't know what to journal about and how do I apply that now? And I'm so mad and frustrated. You know, there's a million reasons why that's hard. But if I told you, okay, instead of journaling, take out your phone or a voice recorder or whatever, but Google Docs I always find is really good. Like the voice recorder, voice to text. You don't judge. You don't worry about anything. And you just spew it all out. Whatever it is you're feeling, whatever is going on in your brain, don't think about it. Don't listen. Don't look back over it. Just spew it out. Blah, 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 blah. And then when you go back, give it a moment, a few moments, take some time, go back and read it. And it's more fun when you read it because Google Voice to Text will change the words you said, and it's actually kind of a little more fun. So you're like, I know I didn't say that, but it'll be so absurd. It takes you out of the mood of, oh my God, the whole world is crashing down to, oh my God, I didn't say that. And you kind of get to laugh about it. But also what happens is when you read it back to yourself, you'd be like, oh, well, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that's not a big deal, because it's not. It's stuff you've already processed, understand. You were just frustrated, you know, like when we're frustrated, we say all kinds of things, and we're like, well, that's not true, I'm just mad, right? And we can automatically deduct it. But what happens is when you spew it out like that, there's going to be those one or two things that sneak in there, and it's blah, 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 blah. And it happens even more when you get used to it, but there'll be that one or two thing, and you can go back and you can pinpoint and be like, oh, where'd that come from? Maybe I should go check that out. And then you start journaling about that one thing and watch how the process happens. And that's when you get to let stuff go. Hi, Amaya. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So I hope you're doing good. Are you feeling better? I see you. So I went to do my premiere today, and I didn't get to go because my internet was off. It was back on, and it's going to be switched over. It should be good soon. Why are you nervous? Did you get your surgery scheduled? appointment on the 7th. That's kind of, I gotta change my calendar. It still says April. I've been busy doing other things. I looked up and I'm like, oh, it's only the first couple of days. Second days, I'm good. It's not too bad. That's good. It's coming soon, and hopefully it goes well, and you get to relax and heal up. They're going to talk about, oh, so it's not actually, it's just an appointment to talk about next other options, which is good. So you don't have to be too nervous, because at least you'll get some answers and some conversation about it. You get some knowledge, right, which is really important when, especially when you're in a situation where, oh my goodness, sorry, I'm yawning my face off because I'm sitting still too long. Yeah, well, they're not getting no operation that I know of. I don't think they're gonna be like, surprise operation. You're gonna know before you go in, and that's good. I'm sure they'll let you know all of the stuff. And it's coming very soon. Tomorrow's what, the 3rd? Yeah. What day is today? The 2nd? I think it's only the 2nd. I don't know what happened, and maybe it's just me, but it feels like April flew by. Like, I got lots done, I think, but it's just a lot, and I can't believe it's already May. It's just this whole year's been flying by. I don't know. Sleepy and cold. Yeah, I like the cold. It's getting summertime too. I'm gonna have to block my vent here because I'm a basement apartment, and it gets hot upstairs. The neighbors, they're always running the AC, but and it's not bad. It stays cool in here, but this one literally blows right down the back of my neck. So when I'm at the computer and trying to do stuff, I'm always in sweaters, so I have to block that one off. It still doesn't like warm it up, but it keeps it from blowing directly down my neck. Otherwise, I'm just like, ooh, I'm literally shivering the whole time. So I know what that feels like. I think the cold makes everyone sleepy. My God, we gotta stop saying sleepy. Look what's happening. We're talking right now. Oh, by the way, this is day 2, I think. Yeah, day 2 of 30 days in May. So I'm going to be live every day between 2 and 4. However, on the weekdays, it's probably going to be closer to like 2:15, 2:30 to 4:30 because it depends on how traffic is and when I get home from my kid. Yeah, it's the cold. But the goal is each day I'll come on. There will be some teaching the stuff that I have, but it will be a lot of I don't want it to be so strict teaching. I want it to be more like when y'all come in, I can kind of, we can talk, chat, ask questions, we can pull cards, we can do kind of whatever. Get clear, ask the questions, and learn what people are kind of really wanting to learn more about, right? How you blaming me? You came in with the sleep. Oh, I might have yawned first. Okay, fine. I don't know though. I think you came in and said sleepy, and then I started yawning. I'm blaming you. You blame me. That's funny. No, look. It's because we said the word. Ooh. It's because we said the word. Oh my God. Just don't say it. I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna just pretend I don't see it. It's because I'm sitting still. Apparently 2 hours sitting still at a time is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. So I'm just finishing out the coming back to peace. I've been good. I've been just trying. I keep saying trying to play catch up, but I've been really ahead, actually. I've been doing a lot. But it's weird to me because I work so hard to schedule the stuff that I put out, and I just finished up the Alchemy of Motion. You know all the posts that I do, the static posts and the voiceovers that I do, that I've been doing for, I don't know, a couple months now, 2 or 3 months. 800, way to go! My goal is to get to 500 at the end of May. And I don't know if it's possible or not. I set it kind of high because I think I have like 286 or something. So I'm really hoping to That's 200 and something for a month. I don't know if that's feasible or not, but I know I came in and then the internet's been cutting in and out. It's been so bad, but the neighbor just did something, so switched it. So hopefully it's gonna work better. I'm just not. Yeah, it was really, really weird. So hopefully this is gonna work better. Give me another shout out. Yeah, let everyone know 30 days in May, and my goal is 500 subscribers. I don't know if that's feasible or not, but I think setting it high was better than setting it really low. Like I think 500 is it's fightable. Like it's something that you could possibly do. Maybe we'll see. But either way, yeah, I appreciate that. That's cool. So yeah, this one's coming back to peace. So each day when there's doing teachings, because I'll be doing probably the fire signs and the water signs and all that too while I'm doing these lives, but it's not going to be so locked in. Like I come in, chit chat. If someone like you comes in, we can chit chat for a little bit, teach a little bit, chit chat, ask questions, because I want this to kind of be a safe space. So when people are feeling stuck, kind of give an idea of like how I do my workshop. Right, this next one's May 14th. But the Get Clear workshop, giving you the tools to understand, to process all of that stuff. So I kind of want to keep this a space for that. So when people do come in or they want to know something or asking questions like that, I can kind of help them get clear on their next step and give them the idea to move forward. I don't know. I don't usually get them till after I'm on here. This phone, the whole top corner is cracked. I can't see it. And usually I don't get the notifications right away, but when I get off here, I will check and I will go say thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know why I don't get notifications on here. Otherwise, it kicks me off. This is the only one because the other ones will pop up sometimes if I'm checking them, but this phone does not. And it's because it's old, I think. It's pretty old. So yeah, this is the coming back to peace. I'm just about done it anyway. Now it's just a couple like little points, right? A lot of people mistake peace for nothing and then go back to chaos. But the peace, that nothing is calm. That's where all creation is inspired. That's where the idea comes from. So the idea is peace isn't boring. It's not lack. It's regulated, grounded, safe energy. It's a space you created from making better choices. A space you created where you can breathe, where you can encourage yourself, where you can be proud, where you can just sit in your accomplishment and start dreaming about the next one. It's a whole part of the cycle that is really, really important. You don't need to create chaos just to feel something again, which is really, really important. And then this is kind of the practical part, right? Just sit with yourself for a few minutes without distraction. This is the meditation. Like Grasshopper was here earlier, and if they waited, we would have got there, but it's not even about meditation, sitting still and doing it. If you can, that's amazing. If you can't, don't judge yourself, don't punish yourself. It's about shutting off the brain, right? So if you're doing dishes and you can go into autopilot while you do that stuff without punishing yourself, without worrying about all the things, it's that space of peace because you're just shutting off your brain. You're staying in the here and the now, and that's really important. And then just notice what comes up when things are quiet. Why does it feel uncomfortable? What is it that's making you feel uncomfortable? Is it fear? Is it worry? Is it some expectation you've set on yourself that you didn't even realize you had? I'm working on Finding Nemo. Lots of frustration. Why is it frustration? You don't like drawing that one? Or is it just the colors? Your drawing is always good, so I don't know. Why is it frustration? What's with the yawn? Stop. I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days, but The editing. Oh. Like the editing on your drawing or the editing on your videos? I have only cut mine down a little bit. I eventually will learn how to really edit and do all the stuff, but I'm learning to get really, really good at the clipping them out and all that, the practice. I'm starting to get actually kind of quicker at it. I would not say professional, but I'm getting quicker at it. So now I can start getting a little fancier. Yeah, on CapCut. Yeah, that's what I'm learning too, the editing. And I'm just starting to get like, I don't want to say fancy. I'm getting proficient at it. And then I can start doing some of the extras, adding, fixing the audio, maybe adding some cool, fun stuff. Uh, Maybe that'll be this month or next month, but I am actively working on it, one thing at a time. This whole thing is just one big lesson, right? Yeah, learning all the way. And then you're learning with your own stuff. You got your own emotional stuff. You got your kids' emotional stuff. You got your business emotional stuff, physical stuff, the work, and then the everyday chores and all that stuff. And then you got to take on a new task, learn it, and find a way to be proficient at it, which only comes from practice. So I've learned to laugh at myself. I don't overthink it yet. Now that I'm getting proficient at it, I'm getting better at cutting it down. But I'm taking it as I go. As it gets better, people will eventually see the difference. They'll see the quality starting to go up. Yeah, well, that's what it is. The learning curve on anything is going to be one or the other. Usually never both at the same time, but it starts at frustrating, works its way to fun once you know how to do it. And if it's something that really isn't fun, when you start making really good money, if you still can't find it fun, you pay someone else to do it. When we recognize our strengths and understand our weaknesses, and we make space for them, eventually the money comes in, and we pay the people that is their strength, and they enjoy doing it, and then we get a win-win. I made you laugh. Yeah, I make a lot of people laugh. My sarcasm sometimes, but it's true. That's how we live, right? We got to learn a little bit. I've learned really hard to laugh at myself. If you've seen that whole hour here earlier, Grace had a meltdown, the internet shut out. Then she wanted me to fix it. Then she was just, she didn't want to have fun at all. She didn't want to go outside and play. She's kind of settled now, but when chaos hits, it's like sometimes I got to look around and I'm like, I don't know. What kind of joke? I don't know. I don't know jokes off the top of my head. My kind of jokes is sarcasm. That's my kind of jokes. Why with the guy? What kind of joke you want me to tell? I can search one up. I don't have jokes. My kiddo has jokes. Grace, come tell a joke. Hold on, let me see. I'll Google one. Listen, I can talk shit, be sarcastic, have a good laugh at anything that's going on in a situation. I have a pretty dry humor sometimes, but actually coming up with a joke, like without a joke book, I don't know. There's so many, and I've heard so many, but let's see what I come up with here. Funny jokes. Okay, I'm Googling it. Let's see what happens. 170 corny jokes, so cheesy, they're actually funny. Well, that sounds fun. Here's the funny jokes, ranging from classic dad jokes to clever one-liners. Something went wrong with this response. Oops, something went wrong. That's a joke. All right, let's see what this does. It's a good thing I was done with the work skill. Oh yeah, don't let me forget. I gotta get you to post my workshop. Maybe you can go to it this month. I know you had the appointment last month, but it's on the 14th at 10 a.m. Let's see. Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? She kept running away from the ball. What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl in the going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. What? What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie. What are we doing right now? Where do polar bears keep their money? In a snowbank. How do you make an egg roll? You push it. What would bears be without bees? Ears. Oh. Okay, these are pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. And they're PG. They're good. Listen, all the jokes I know are crude. None of them are good. Well, they're funny, but they're just not appropriate. I don't want to get shut down talking crap on my channel. What do lawyers wear to court? Lawsuits. That's pretty funny. What time is it? We're 3:30. I don't want to leave just yet, but tomorrow I think what we're going to do, just keep swimming. Wait, where was the swimming one? I'm looking like, wait, what? Huh. Okay, why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? Oh yeah, we did that one. Why is it down there? What do elves learn in school? The alphabet. What has more lives than a cat? Oh, to Dory. Got you. What has more lives than a cat? A frog, because it croaks every day. How did the barber win the race? He knew a shortcut. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, that's enough. They're cheesy. That was fun, though. I need to print some of these and put them on stickers. Well, they did say corny jokes. I'm pretty sure that was the topic. So, I mean, they did exactly what they said. 170 corny jokes. So cheesy, they're actually funny. So, they did exactly what they said. I'm not mad at them. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. I can't put it down. I'm on here all the time. I don't know when it is. Well, now it's going to be every day. But before, every time I tried to put a schedule, and then things would happen. So now that's why I'm going to go live every day. The goal is from like 2 to 4. But if something comes up, we'll rearrange the time. But as long as I go live every day, you're my best buddy. I gotta start drawing again. Not drawing, painting. I can't draw, but I can paint sometimes. I just haven't had time for it. I've been so busy trying to get everything else done. Did I show you the real thing? I showed it to a couple people earlier, but I made this because I made a kids workshop for the emotional healing, like all of the regulation, all the stuff that I teach. I made a kids workshop for the school, and then I did the emotional wheel so they can color it and they can put their arrow on, and It comes with, I guess, a little activity kit, and then it's got like their little instructions so they can do it, and then the little discussion so they can have it with their parents, their little happy dance when they pick a tool from the tool belt. I can't see it on here, but I did see, I saw it the other day, yesterday maybe? I was like, is that new? And I was going to mention it, but it was really late at night and I ended up falling asleep. But yeah, I seen that. But I didn't know that was going to be your screen. I think it was just a post. I don't think I knew it was on your account. Like, you know how they do the graphics and stuff? I thought that's what it was. But you put it on your, you actually put it on your profile? Let me see if I can see. Not there. See, if I start doing things on my computer, then I kick myself out, and then it's just a disaster. That's why I'm like, oh. Me and technology still are, I don't want to say fighting, but we're not on the best. We're still learning to figure it out. So, where are you? What the hell? Oh, you got a dot there? Why doesn't it show up though right away? Usually when I type your name in, like Amaya's, it doesn't, it just pops up, but it's not. And it could be because the internet went out, but. There it is. Oh, you put it as your profile picture. Yeah, is that what you, oh, banner. I see it. I like it. That's a good look. But your picture is the, why can't I click on it? Good for you. I really do like it. Your profile picture is something else. It's just another different picture of it, or is it just part of it? It's cute though. I like it. Yeah, source and local. There's many of them. They're really good at that stuff. I'm not. I am not. I do like it though. Let me see. See, I already kicked myself out. I don't know what I did. You can't trust me in technology. What time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock. Why am I yawning? It has to stop. It's because I'm sitting still for so long and it's cold. I can feel that breeze. But I think I'm going to get off for today. I will be back on tomorrow. I really want to get this caught up and I kind of want to get the internet figured out so tomorrow's not a whole chaos like today. And yeah, every day I'll be about between 2 and 4, roughly same time each day. And like tomorrow I will probably do, once I get through the signs, right? So like tomorrow maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of them in the live amongst talking and all the other good stuff. But once I get through that, then there's going to be kind of more content based on doing it messy, showing up and just getting it done, not letting fear take over, that kind of thing, right? So there's lots of stuff that are coming. I still have a lot of content, but it's just easier to do these lives and hang out so I can chit chat and do all the things, and then clip out the videos, like, so I can do specific videos and keep them short and sweet, and then people still get the information, and they don't have to worry, oh, well, all you're doing is chit-chatting in the live. Well, because the lives are for visiting with people and therefore hanging out and spending that time. So I do love your profile picture. It's beautiful. And your banner, it's cool. Very, very cool. I'm working on creating that stuff. Trini made me this these beautiful songs, and I've been trying to create this video to go with it. And my AI skills are, I'm using my clipping skills on CapCut are bad. My AI skills are very subpar, so it is a learning curve, but I'm having fun with it, so hopefully I will get that made. It might take 500 years, but I will get it done. All right, I'm gonna get off of here, start dinner, get everything else organized, so tomorrow will be a better, hopefully a more calm, easy day to do this, and yeah, I'll be on the same time. If you're going live, when you go live, tag me. That way I can show up. Because if I don't get the notification, even if I have notifications turned on, like I'm not getting notifications for people, and then I check and I go look at their thing and it says the notifications are on, so it's kind of shitty. So if when you go live, just tag me, and then if I'm available, I can definitely come check it out. I gotta get off here. I gotta start dinner. I gotta get my house cleaned up because my kid has it trashed and it's driving me nuts. Get it clean and organized for tomorrow. I appreciate you. I love you guys. And tomorrow will be one of the signs or something. Maybe we'll finish out. I still have 2 more ones to do on the alchemy of motion. So maybe I'll just finish those out and then we'll do the signs. It might be a little easier. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying not to. My brain wants to schedule and do all the things always, and I'm trying not to overthink it. I'm trying to just kind of let it flow, which is driving me crazy, but I have to practice doing it. So it is what it is. All right. I love you. I got to get off here. I got to get this internet figured out, so it's feasible for tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Have a good day. Maybe.